Beautiful. 3, 2, and then kick your heels to your buttock if you would. And just kick and kick and kick and kick. Here we are. Beautiful. There they are. And let's call it 9, 8, 7. Beautiful. We'll let that go. Let's just bring our feet in. Lift and lower your heels a few times. Nice. So just let your heels rise and lower. And each time you come back down, feel your heels land on the mat. And again, go with 4 more, and 3 more, and 2, and 1. And then gently let your knees soften and straighten. And as you're doing all this, can you really feel yourself coming into your body? Can you feel your big toes? I'm going to take it even slower as I bend my knees. Can I connect to the big toe of each foot? And then can you feel the small toes? And can you feel your heels? I'm really going to push into the heels of my feet. Let my hands come to my thighs and slightly draw back with my hips. And into my heels and pulling back in my hips. And press. And as you're doing this, really have a sense of feeling your body, your toes, your heels. You have a sense of your calf muscles releasing for you. And you have some work going on in thighs and buttock. Now, maybe you're like me and your number one thought is my abdomen held in. We're all different, but you really check in, connect to your body. The Yoga Bandha is where we have a sense of drawing our navel in and up and activating the muscles of the pelvic floor. So that when I come up and I lift, I feel that I lift from deep within my pelvis. And that also helps me lift and engage at my abdomen. And I'll just let my arms reach out and sweep back, just easy peasy. Inhale through the nose and let yourself exhale audibly through the mouth. When I come up and I push out that breath, and it's just oh so audible, it's a sense of opening up through the chest and the throat. I'll come up to stay and just let your arms relax at your side. Let yourself stand for a moment and invite your body to arrive in this moment, here and now, and to become still. As you're here, feel your shoulders softening away from your ears and that sense of groundedness into your feet and a sense of rising beyond yourself up towards the sky. As your body becomes more still, present in this moment, invite the mind to become a bit more quiet, focused in this moment. And let the palms come to the heart. And as you breathe, breathe into the heart center. And invite your awareness to within the heart. Invite your sense of hearing into the heart, to listen and to hear. Does an intention come to you for your practice today? Something you can stretch towards in the next 50 minutes. And you articulate that intention as a statement. May I be, and repeat it 3 times. And then greeting yourself to your practice. Welcome. Namaste. Let that release. And again, we'll go back to knees lifting. I sometimes am surprised when I start and I'm going to create an intention. At first, I think one has come to me, and I start to put it into my intentional phrase. May I be, it was going to be, may I be kind to myself today. Right away, it changed. And right away, it changed for me. Right away. And it was something different. But it's interesting how you think you've tapped into your heart, and then your heart speaks to you again. And oh, it's a little bit different. Going with 9, 8, 7. Take the heels to the buttocks. So we've done this already. But is anything different about it for you? Maybe you really came into that physical awareness right away. 9, 8. Last one. And again, soft knees. Just oh so soft. Again, we've already done it, but did you immediately connect toes and heels? And can you start to reach and draw back? Let's go with 9 and 8. Beautiful. 4 and 3. Last one. Sit and please hold. Hands to thighs, and let's really focus. Heels. And as I push into my heels, can I lower my hips a bit more? Press into your hands so that you invite the breastbone to lift. I'm going to let my arms scoop a little up, a little down. Scoop. When I scoop, the tops of my shoulders are soft. And I can start to feel my shoulder blades draw down my back. 3 to finish. Did the arms rise? Let's call it Uttanasana, chair pose. Straight and tall, volcano, pushing into the feet, connection into the earth, and feel the energy and power of the earth coming up through your body. Shoulders soft, arms are long. And as you exhale and you float, I'll roll down at first into a forward bend. Please gently let your head nod with a yes and a no. Let your shoulders be relaxed. Now, knees are soft. We're just really truly keeping this soft and easy for ourselves and looking within. And then with soft knees, roll up to the sky. And I'll take 9 of them. Hips back. 1, 2. Feel your heels. 3. Lead with the hips. 5, 6. And again, come into my chair to hold. Hands to the thighs. Scoop. 9 times. 1, 2. When I scoop, I come down to come up. I always think about scooping ice cream out of a large half-gallon container. Down to come up. Last 4, 3, 2. Let your arms rise. Uttanasana. Feel the outer edges of your feet. Rise tall. Again, think of that volcano. Release, roll to your toes. And as you come down to your toes, if you could, let both knees just slightly bend and straighten. And do that maybe 9 times. Notice again that as you bend and straighten, you can keep that awareness or focus in your body, feeling your feet, feeling the toes, the heels. And then soften the knees and hold. Roll to the sky, relax the shoulders. Here we go again. Soft and easy. 9, 8. Focus in the legs. Let's try to keep the chest lifted and the neck long. There's 4. And again, as I sit, I'll hold. I'll let my hands come down. Remember, scooping. 9. Reach down, scoop up. Down to scoop up. Ready? Here we are. We've arrived. Uttanasana chair. Push to the feet as you rise up into that volcano. Soften and roll into a forward bend. Again, as you're down here, please let the head nod with a yes and a no, and then find stillness. So I'm inviting my body to come into the pose and to become still. And as my body becomes still, my mind can also become a little more quiet or still. Knees are soft. Gently roll up to the sky. Relax the shoulders here at the top. Fingers interlace and invert. Chin to the chest and hold. As I inhale, I bring up my head and my arms. And I'm just inviting my arms up. I'll fold my chin to my chest again, stretching long through the back of the neck. And I slowly move out of it. Head's coming neutral, knees are softening. Breastbone tilts up, eyes tilt up, gaze to the stars, and find your weight even, toes and heels. As I release my arms, I'll lengthen, fold over the tops of my thighs, forward bend. And here we are gazing. Inhale, gaze forward, maybe look towards the top of your mat or along the floor in front of you. Exhale, draw into the navel, draw inward to you. Soft knees rolling up, shoulders relax at the top. Fingers interlace, chin to chest. Head comes neutral, arms come up. Make these arms comfortable for you. So my arms are in front of my shoulders. Chin drops to chest. If you're noticing, you might feel there's a little more weight in the toes. Bring my head to neutral. I'm trying to bring my weight even to my feet. Soft knees, tilt the hips, the breastbone, lift the heart, and gaze to the stars. As I release and lengthen and fold, gazing pose again. I gaze outward as I inhale, and I gaze inward to me as I exhale. Knees are soft, roll up, relax the shoulders. Last time, fingers forward and fold. Again, soft as you come up, you're neutral. Let your arms come to a comfortable spot for you, chin to chest. More weights in the toes of the feet. And as the head comes neutral, weights evening to the feet, knees are soft, tilt, lift, gaze to the stars and infinite possibilities. And then release the arms and lengthen and fold. Gaze forward with me, please. Inhale. And then exhale, gaze inward. And let's stay here a moment. Head and neck loose. And again, I'll let my knees do a small bend and a small straighten and a small bend and a small straighten. And I'll bend and hold. So I'm going to take my hands to the backs of my thighs, and I'm doing my very best to kind of hold on to the back of me and straighten on the front of me, drawing my trunk towards my legs the best that I can right at this moment. And then soft knees and roll up. Let's take the arms to the sky. Inhale, just reach tall. Exhale and float down. 2 more times. Inhale, lengthen, stretch, and reach. Exhale, let yourself float out. 1 more time, a deep breath in. And out. I'm going to stay soft and just step out with my right foot and come to center, and then my left foot and come to center. And I'll inhale and I'll exhale, and my arms will move too. Halfway, 9. And 8. Don't be afraid to make a little bit of noise as you're breathing. 3, 2. Beautiful. Last one. When you step in, inhale tall. Exhale, float, and relax your shoulders. I'm going to go to my left, out and in. Again, each time I land, I want to feel my whole foot come down. Let's go back to the throat. I'm going to inhale and exhale audibly. I'm really energizing this fifth energy center. Again, this time my arms go out and in, and it will be last one. And when I come in, inhale tall again. And float out and relax your shoulders. Final time. Right and left. Now, as I energize this energy center, it's where my sense of will is. It's my ability to say, I am, I want. Speaking your own truth, your own authentic self. When you're ready, again, keeping that in mind, maybe it'll get louder. 9. Last one. We're here. Inhale up. And let's just hold in this volcano and feel that energy of the volcano moving through your whole body, especially long through the neck and the throat. And as you exhale and float out, relax the shoulders, left arm's behind my back, right arm reaches out, just lengthen, draw on the navel, lift it upward, and rotate left. Inhale, open on 1. Exhale, rotate 2. Inhale. And as I open, my right arm comes behind me and my left arm's out. Rotation is a little bit like wringing the water out of a sponge. So here's my sponge, lots of water in it, gunk, whatever. It's kind of plump, it just kind of plops down. I wring it all out and my sponge pops to life. Yes? So here we go. Think about that. Inhale up, exhale right. Inhale, opening is 3. exhale, pull in the navel. Really pull out that breath. Think about wringing out your own internal sponge. A little slower as you go. And let's be open and float. Beautiful. I'll relax my shoulders, lengthen the neck. I'll let my head go to the right. Take a breath there. And then bring it around the left. Let me be your metronome. Over to the right, 4, 3, 2, 1. To your left, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Keep it all on automatic pilot. Left hand's behind the back, right arm's out. Exhale, left. Inhale, 3, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2. Inhale, 5. Exhale, 6. You might keep your eyes to your fingers. Notice that with the hand behind the waist, it really moved the whole body. Last time. Release the arms and just the head left. Inhale, right. Exhale, left. Feel long in your back. Inhale, right. Exhale, left. Again, I'm on automatic pilot, right hand behind my back. Left arm's out. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Open, 2, 3, 4. Draw on the navel. Inhale. Last time, exhale. I'm going to inhale and you come to center, float down and relax, head neutral, and let it go. I'll do the same rotation from a forward bend. Knees are soft, hips come back, and I come down. I'm going to work with the block, let my head gently shift, yes and no, shoulders are relaxed. I don't need a block. I can easily work without. So I really want this to be comfortable. If I need more support, I can put the block more up and down rather than resting on its sides. So here we go. Right hand's going to be on the block and left hand's going to be up on the hip. And I'm just going to inhale and lengthen. And as I exhale, my head's going to look left and my trunk turns left. I let my right knee soften a bit to help me rotate left. Keep the right hand under your right shoulder, and only if it's comfortable for you, left arm to sky. And gently release. Left hand's going to stay, block, or somewhere on the path of my leg. Right hand's to my hip. Please listen. First, lengthen. And then as you exhale, head looks right, shoulders, chest open right. Maybe the left knee softens, maybe the right arm to the sky, maybe not. Your choice. And then gently soften. I'm going to bend both of my knees, but lower my hips down as low as I can so it pops at my heels and I'm gazing straight ahead. And then I'm going to try to push my heels down and my hips up. And gently soften. And gently straighten. And the last time, soften. And straighten. So we'll do it again. Let's start to the right this time. I have my block. Left hand floor or block, right hand hip. Lengthen first as you inhale, and the exhalation, look right, shoulder right, ribs right. Could the right arm go up? That's it. And I just look to the mirror. I don't have enough movement in my neck that I would want to look to my hands. So I just look out and release. Okay, right hand stays down, left hand hip. Lengthen as you inhale. Exhale, rotate left. And again, remember my left hand could stay on my hip or go skyward. Always be in the pose that suits for you today. And gently release. I'm going to bend my knees, lower my hips, look straight ahead. If you think about yoga poses, lots of them ask us to look in different directions. So as I bend my knees, I look straight ahead and I have this perspective. When I straighten my legs, I'm looking inward to me with that perspective or maybe beyond me. I'm going to bend again. If I were to do a headstand, a handstand, I get a different perspective on the world. It's an upside down world. And when I do rotations, I'm seeing different perspectives of things. Here we go. One last time, ladies, if you would, right hand block or floor, left hand hip. Inhale, lengthen. As you exhale, rotate a fresh perspective to the left. Would you like the left arm up or not? Remember, the focus is that you have a fresh, different perspective. And gently release. Left hand floor or block, right hand hip, lengthen, rotate. Would you like right arm up? Again, be in touch with your own body, really aware. If it creates discomfort in the shoulder or neck, keep the hand on the hip. And gently release down. I'm going to keep it slow and steady, bending my knees, lowering my hips. Lovely. Heels down, hips up. And lower one more time. Again, just a different perspective of what things are like down on your floor. And straighten. One last time, inhaling. I'm going to exhale, straighten now, slowly roll up, head, neck, shoulders, chest, and arrive. Take a moment and just invite your body to be still. Invite your mind to come into this moment and let your awareness flow through you and notice how your body feels. And as I release, I'll come to hands and knees. I'm going to do just a little warm up for the foot. It helps get into downward dog. If you haven't seen me do it before, I'll face out to this group here. Ladies at home, I know you know it. I'm putting my right foot on the ground. I'm using the block just to give me support. My right big toe is going to lift up and down, and up and down. And when I lift up my right big toe, I can see, oh yeah, this thing kind of pops up. It runs down from the big toe towards my ankle. That's my tendon. It's coming to life. It's saying, I can hardly wait to do downward dog. I'm getting strong and ready. I'm going to lift up my big toe and hold it for 9. I'm putting down my big toe and lifting up 2 to 5. They're all coming, they're all moving. Again, each time these individuals lift up, you can start to see the foot come to life. I'm going to hold it up. 9, 8. And I'll let it go. Ladies at home, you do know this. I'm going to have my right foot out. Heel of my right hand is right on my toes because I'm drawing my toes to my face. And my right fingers come to around about the arch of my foot. And I'm really drawing those toes to me. Not only am I stretching my foot, I'm getting a stretch into my calf. And as I let that go, I'll take one downward facing dog and I invite you just to be mindful of how you feel in that right foot and leg compared to the left. Now, I'm almost 100% certain that everyone's saying, you're right, there's a big difference. Take an easy breath, soften your knees and come down. Left foot's on the floor. Left big toe up and down. Just my big toe lifting. Hold it up. And again, you can always feel free to hold the other toes down. This is a good way to stimulate your foot. I'm going to bring it down 2 to 5. Hold 2 to 5 up. Keep the big toe down. I'm really trying to push my big toe into the floor just to get everybody just kind of engaged. I'll let it go. And here's the heel of my left hand at my toes, my fingers coming down towards the arch of my foot. And as I'm pulling my toes to my face, yes, I can feel the stretch in my calf, but also in my foot. And I'll let that release. Take that downward dog and see if you've created a little more equality in the feet, the legs. I really would try to invite the heels of my feet to touch the earth. And I'll release down, knees to floor. Next, I'm taking up my mat. Tips are right there. That's not a very good grip point. So I fold my mat down and make just a little fold down, a little triangle. And now all of my hand can tuck and grip it, right? Really comfortable. Hands are up there. I'm moving back my knees. My hips could stay up in the air or stretch back, but I'm nice and long. I have a broad quality to my shoulders, and I'm stretching from the space behind my heart, almost like a letter U or a horseshoe. Broad through the shoulders, up through the outer arm. When I start to let go, it's with my small finger and then my ring finger, and then let the other fingers go. And might your hips be able to come down and be heavy to your feet? I'll slowly come up, hands and knees. I'm going to do the same things with my fingers as a little warm up. So my thumbs are going to be down on the floor, and then my thumbs are going to touch the first finger and come away from it. Touch my first finger, come away from it. Touch my first finger, come away. Touch, come away. Touch, away. Touch, away. When my thumbs come out, I'll press to them. Could you pull all of your fingers together so you feel the edges of the fingers touch, and then spread them apart and touch them and spread them and touch them and spread them and touch them and spread them and touch and spread, and come neutral for you. As you press into your fingers, feel the pads of the fingers to the mat, shoulders broad, toes curl, hips rise, downward dog. Broad from behind the heart, broad through the shoulder blade, broad up the outside arm to that small finger, ring finger. Feel all 5 digits. And then feel your hips drawing back and your tailbone to the sky. I'll take an easy breath. As I exhale, my knees come down, my hips go back. And again, I have my arms long. So long arm child's pose. Inhale, I come up to hands and knees. Know that it's a tabletop. I can stay here, broad shoulders, long neck, or I can take back one leg, one foot, second leg, and now draw the shoulder blades slightly in and down the back as you hold in a plank. I'll soften at my knees, let my hips go back and my arms stretch forward. So again, keeping that same metronome of breathing. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, long neck, long shoulders. Curl the feet. Inhale, downward dog. Inhale, lengthen out to a plank. Shoulder blades move down the back. Inhaling to the knees. And exhale, long arms of child's pose. Inhale, tabletop. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale. Exhale, plank. Inhale. Exhale, knees, long arm, child's pose. Inhale, up, tabletop. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale again. Exhale, plank. Nice, strong arms. Inhaling. Exhaling, knees down, hips back, long child's pose. I'm going to work with my locust pose. Locust is an excellent pose for building some strength and stability in the muscles that support our hips. I'm going to slowly come up, lie down on my tummy. I stack my hands from my forehead, nice and long legs. And before I begin, I'll flex my feet and just bend my feet up. My knees are bent. And I'm noticing that my two thigh bones are long. And I'm really just paying attention. Is my left thigh as long as my right one? And can you feel at your hips, the front of the hips, that they come into the mat best we can? You might feel the pubic bone coming into the mat. It's going to become our anchor. Try to draw the heels deeper and deeper towards the buttock. And then relax the feet. Hands under the shoulders, elbows close to you. As you inhale, come up into a sphinx. Press to your forearms. Keep the pubic bone to the mat as you lengthen the front body. It's the front body that lengthens. And then borrowing from Pilates, I'll flex my feet. Kick my right heel to my buttock twice and put it down. Left heel buttock, put it down. 9, 8. Keep pressing into the forearms. 7, 6, 5. Often we think of stretching our hamstrings. This is a way to strengthen them, create a little more muscle tone or a little more responsiveness. But I definitely want the backs of my thighs to support me. And here are my last two, right and left. And when I let it go, my feet relax, my trunk floats down, and my hands stack. My left leg is my anchor. 3 times, lengthen the right leg, let it lift and lower. Lengthen, inhale, lift and lower. Lengthen and lift, lower to stay. Right leg anchors, left leg lengthen and lift and lower. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Let your legs relax. Please work in a way that's appropriate for you today, that feels like a good fit. Lengthen both legs. Can they both inhale, lift? Exhale, float down. Inhale, lengthen, lift. Exhale, float down. Inhale. And exhale. And relax. I'm going to lie down on my side. I'm just going to look into the camera first. So I'm on my left side. You just roll comfortably. Nice long body. I can use the block for my head. I could let my bottom arm bend to support me. Legs long. When you're ready, draw the navel inward, upward to your heart. Top leg, inhale, lift, and lower. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, both legs together. Really hold the inner thighs active. Inhale. Exhale. Up. Down. Up. And down. I'm just going to roll right to my other side. It is a sideline locust. Again, I can use the block for my head or my bottom arm as a pillow. My legs are long. I stack them. I use my top hand for support, but I do want to work with the bandha. That's navel coming in and up, and I feel my pelvic floor active. Top leg, inhale, lift, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale. Beautiful. Everyone ready? Here we go. 2 legs together, active inner thighs. Exhale, float. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Last one. And down. I'll slowly bend my knees. Use my hands to support me coming up. And then I'll stop on hands and knees. I'll move into an upward facing dog. Now, if upward dog doesn't feel like a good fit for you today, you could simply tilt your tailbone up and let your heart lift. If you'd like to explore it with me, come to a neutral tabletop. Lengthen your head a little bit forward. Bend at the elbows, nose to the mat, and the elbows right against your ribs. Slowly lower the hips. Lift the heart and the eyes. Curl the feet. Downward dog. 3 breaths here. So inhale and exhale. Inhale. Lengthen to plank. Shoulders away from the ears. Thigh muscles strong and active, very dynamic through the thigh, hip, and abdomen. Then relax the knees. Child's pose, 3 breaths. Here we go. Inhaling up, you could cat and cow, or exhale, bend at the elbows, nose to mat. Inhale, sliding into upward dog. Exhale, curling the feet to downward dog. 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Lengthen to a plank. Shoulder blades down the back. Thigh muscles active. Knees to the mat. Long child's pose. Choosing as you come to your tabletop, you can hold there and lift the heart or bend the elbows, nose to mat. Inhaling upward dog, exhaling downward dog, and let's fine tune it for our last time. Shoulders soft away from the ears, the neck is long. Feel your heel bones pull to the whatever wall is behind you. Your shin and thigh bones draw back as well. As you exhale, lengthen into that plank, everything active. Shoulder blades down the back, sides of the waistline and rib cage narrow, abdomen in, thigh and buttock muscles strong. Lower the knees into that long child's pose. And you breathe into the space behind your heart. This is it, rising up. You gently just lift the heart or bend at the elbows, nose to mat, slide to upward dog. Exhale back to downward dog. And we'll soften and release to our knees to child's pose. My hands could stack for my forehead, but this is your time to relax, release, and let go. As you're here, take 3 slow, deep breaths. And maybe let the breath really become expansive into the back of the heart, the back of the shoulders. Maybe feel that breath really coming in through your rib cage. And as we finish, we're going to keep focusing here on breathing. Breathing ribs, neck, and throat. So I'll slowly come up to hands and knees and just work with a cat and a cow. Inhale, tilt the tailbone, lift the breastbone. Exhale, tuck under and round. But feel the breath moving. Again, you can let it be audible. You really want to focus on taking the breath inward, just through those collarbones, long through the neck and throat, collarbone space. Just as the collarbones is considered an energetic point into the lungs. So as you stimulate there with a nice deep breath, it's a way of really stimulating lung function, which actually happens to correspond energetically to ankles. So inhaling. Last one. And just come neutral. I'm going to move with my right arm first. Let the right arm reach out in front as if you were going to shake someone's hand. Sweep it around your body. It's a half circle to the hip. Stretch forward again. Sweep around. And again, it lends itself to inhale and exhale. And you can really feel that you expand the right side lungs and then you push out the breath. Last one. Just change hands, left arm. Reaching out, exhaling around the body 5 more times. And again, you let the breath just deepen significantly. And it could be that you think about it even visually. It's just a nice, long, full breath, and then you're able to expel it. Working with what suits you today. Both hands down. This time I'm going to come to my elbows. Forearms on the floor. This is very small, and I'll start with my right arm. I'm going to inhale, open my right elbow and look to you. I really want to expand that side of my trunk. Exhale, put it down. Inhale, other side. Here's my last one. And when I come back, I'm going to come up to hands and knees, and it's the eye of the needle. I'm going to hold here. So I could let my right arm move a few times, a bit like a pendulum. And I'm just inviting it to come under my left arm. And again, it's a little bit like wringing out the water in the sponge. When that right arm's crossing left, you're really wringing out that water. Last time, come under to stay, come onto your right shoulder and the right side of the head. And now I use my left hand, I push it to the mat to support me. And I first want to breathe into my lungs, into my ribs. I can let my left hand inch up my mat so it's above my shoulder. Again, you get that half of a letter U shape. Or I could take my left hand and put it up on the small of my back. Choose your eye of the needle as you hold. Left hands to the floor. It's giving us support. We're slowly going to come up and out. And again, I'm going to invite my left arm in movement first. And I just think about it being pendulum-like. And again, if the notion of that sponge resonated for you, that's another way to think of this happening. And when you come under and through this time, let's stay on the left shoulder, left side of the head, right hand to the mat in support. And then my hand could walk up towards the top of my mat. Again, I have half of that letter U or half of a horseshoe. Or my hand could come instead onto my hips. Be in the pose that speaks to you. Slowly press and come up. And let's just transition to lie down on the back. Now, I do have a strap with me. It's close by. I also have a block with me close by. And as I lie down first, it will be for the eye of the needle. So think about the back of your hips coming equal and even to the floor. And just do 3 times a tilt of the tailbone to the floor and a tuck of the tailbone towards the sky. Just 3 of them. And then those are 2 extremes. So after you finish your third one, could you let your hips come to neutral? I'll put my hands to the outside of my hips, and I want to feel that top to bottom up there of the pelvis is fairly neutral. And take a breath. Feel the left foot on the floor, heel and toes. Put the right ankle on the left thigh and invite the right knee to open. Your choice, you could stay here or bring up the left foot. Again, your choice. You could work with the strap and strap behind the left thigh to thread your eye of needle. I like to thread it right arm under, left arm on top. Imagine soft and strong hands easing your shoulders to the mat so that the back of the head, back of the shoulders, and the back of the rib cage come into the mat. And let's breathe slowly and deeply into the lungs and ribs here. Let the hands release and the left foot come to the floor. Just invite the right hand to keep it the right thigh to open it. And could you let your left arm lift up and float all the way back to the floor behind you? And just have this nice long left side of your trunk, long from the left foot. And then you have the left hip to fingers in a long stretch. I'm going to let my left arm stay close to the mat. Back of my left hand is on the floor, and I'm just going to let it open out into a partial, maybe letter Y. And then ease it down to a partial letter T. And then slide it down to your hip as to half of a letter A. And then let the right foot come to the floor. Hold your hips neutral and still. Left ankle, right thigh. Invite the left knee to be open. And you're going to ease up the right foot. You can thread your needle behind the right thigh. You can use a strap or left hand under, right hand top. But think about the head and the shoulders and the ribs just sinking into the mat. So I'm slowly easing out my hands. I'm letting my right foot come down to the floor. Left hand is going to gently press into that knee to open it. But I'm focused on my right foot and then feeling the connection of right hip to right shoulder. Let the right arm lift up, stretch long behind you. It may be quite pronounced for you that each side of the body feels a little bit different. Just work with what's comfortable for you. I'm going to slide my hand to the letter Y. Back of my hand is always on the mat. To half of a letter T. To half of a letter A. And left foot's on the floor. I have my block. I'm going to place my block to my right, the right of my thighs, and just gently let my knees fold to the right. And they're really being supported by the block. Let your right hand hold the right leg and let the left arm open in half of a T. Take a deep breath and really lengthen through that left arm. You might want to turn your head and look to your left hand. Just breathe easily with that. And if it's comfortable, you could let the right arm open also in the T shape. And then feel this openness through the chest. And then the head is neutral. And I'll use my right hand to get the block. And my knees come neutral. And the block goes left. And my knees tilt left. And they're fully supported by the block. Left hand's on the leg. Right arm opens, half a letter T. If you wish, both arms, and your eyes look right. Head comes neutral. Let your left hand support the knee to come neutral. And just take a moment to be here. It's pose of awareness. Arms drop open like a letter A. Head, shoulders, ribs to the mat. Feel the back of the hips on the mat. And I'll just come to the base of my throat. There's a small little hollow space there. And I'll take two of my fingertips on my favorite hand and lightly tap there. And just tap 9, 8, 7. And as you release, take a deep breath and find your throat long and spacious. Take your fingertips again, this time to the breastbone, and lightly tap there, tapping 9, 8, 7. And release, take a deep breath. Let your legs stretch out long and allow yourself to be at rest, to be with your breath. Let your breath move through your body, soothing any points of fatigue, replenishing energy as the breath moves through you. And then with your next breath, gently bring your knees to you. Always move slowly. Be mindful of how you feel. Could you roll to one side? And you slowly bring yourself to sit. Let your fingertips give you some support to the side of you so you lengthen up nice and tall through the body. And then hands to the thighs with the palms up, open and receptive. Thumb and first finger light touch. Lengthen the neck. And again, as the eyes close, feel the body. And is it a bit more still from when you started? Be aware of the mind and its capacity to have stilled or quieted during our practice. And bringing your breath and awareness into your heart center, let the palms come to the heart. As you gaze within your heart, are you able to meet your own true essence? Recognize the true essence of yourself and honor and celebrate it. And as you do, and you have presence within our practice space, you acknowledge the true essence within each and every one of us here. Namaste. Hey, thank you for joining. I wish you a beautiful Sunday, and I hope to see you again. And I thank you. Um, Today is the 10th. So next Sunday is the 17th, and we're here. And I told Lorraine I'm happy to be here on the 24th and 21st and 31st. So I'll hope to see you then as well. So I thank you very much. Next Sunday, we'll be coming close to the winter solstice, and we'll set, if you wish, a Salkalpa. So that is an intention for the season. It's just saying, okay, it's the start of this wonderful winter season, and I'd like to have an intention for it. And it's something that you just kind of keep in mind, but over the course of 3 months. And if it interests you, you just do it privately on your own, but I'll invite you during the class. And I thank you very much for coming, and thank you at home.